your support. I want to take cognizance of the fact that today is Wednesday morning. We as a Parliament and National Assembly spare time for members' businesses, private members' business, that includes bills and motions. But as Speaker, it is very sad to note that members sponsor bills, motions, they're put on the calendar and they are programmed to be debated today, but they fail to turn up, Honorable Speaker, that we have to step down, these motions. Honorable Speaker, we would have used that time properly if they had given notice that they would not be here. The clerk of the assembly does a very good job to remind every member early morning, even previous, a day before, that these are the motions that will be on the order paper. And the order paper is available. And members, I expect them to look at the order paper, and if you not be available, to actually say it in good time so that your motion is not put. There are very many members here, Honorables, who have motions, but those motions are not programmed because others are ahead of them. But Honorable Speaker, to have a situation like this is unacceptable. So I would like to ask members, if you have a motion, if you have a bill, I'm sure the Honorable Kajuang has a bill that has been scheduled to come later. He's a good member, he comes to the House all the time. But his bill cannot find space because others are ahead, and yet those people do not come to the chamber. It is a waste of good time, a waste of honorable time. Honorable Speaker, we need to discourage members. And I want to ask you, Honorable Speaker, we do not just reschedule this or defer the motions. We drop them completely from the order paper so that they don't appear again, so that members know that when you have a business on the floor of the House, you actually come to do that business instead of doing the kind of things that we are seeing. Honorable Speaker, I want to support Honorable Gitau's motion. Roads and road network is very important for this nation, for development to occur, for economic progress to occur. Honorable Speaker, for the progress of the nation, we need road networks everywhere in the country, good roads to ensure that businesses, farmers, and economic activities are carried out very well, Honorable Speaker. But we have, Honorable Speaker, now is a situation where the roads that we have, the good roads that we have, Honorable Speaker, are congested. There is a lot of traffic snarl up in the city, Honorable Speaker. Probably we are becoming worse than New York as we progress. Honorable Speaker, now, if you look at the expressway, I've been on the expressway, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I actually realized that as you're on the expressway and you watch down on the other road, it's not moving. 1 hour, it's not moving. The expressway now is becoming even more congested. Honorable Speaker, we have a problem which we must solve. Otherwise, it will stall the progress of this country, especially in this city. If this city is locked down by traffic jam, there is no economic activity that will happen. What we do, we waste man hours, we waste resources, we waste human resource capital on the roads because there's traffic snarl up, Honorable Speaker, especially in the mornings when everybody wants to rush. So I want to request that as we move forward as government, we must, like Faith Gitau says, do all our roads so that we have dual carriageways in Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, one of the problems that I have seen is the problem of roundabouts. The more roundabouts you have in this city, the more traffic congestion you have. If you look at the road from the Langata Road, the road that goes to Langata, before, that roundabout used to be one of the lock-up areas. You get to that roundabout on the Raila Odinga way, and going up to Langata, it used to be locked completely for a whole day because of traffic. But when they did the upper pass and the underpass, Honorable Speaker, now it has eased. Just a simple bridge that was done there, and it eased traffic, Honorable Speaker. I want to request the County of Nairobi and the Ministry of Roads to actually move with speed to remove these roundabouts in this country that actually cause huge traffic jam as we prepare to do all our roads. But Mr. Speaker, as I speak about roads here in Nairobi and other towns that there are major traffic snarl up, the Nairobi-Mombasa road, before you actually get to Machakos, you do like 4 hours in Nairobi. you go to Machakos, and then probably do 4 hours and you're almost in Mombasa. Then when you get to Mombasa, Honorable Speaker, you get the jam again. So you do 16 hours on the road just because you can't leave Nairobi faster and you can't get into Mombasa faster. Honorable Speaker, I am happy that this government is considering dualing that road. And I think the contract is in the offing to ensure that we dual that road to Mombasa and actually give, the port of Mombasa, for it to be efficient, for the port of Mombasa to be efficient, it requires good road networks. If you don't have good road networks, Honorable Speaker, you'll always have delay of goods from the port. So I want to request that we expedite the process of dualing the Mombasa-Nairobi road so that we can ease business. But also, Honorable Speaker, this is very important to say. Agriculture still remains the mainstay of this country. A lot of agricultural activities happen in the rural areas. But these rural areas have a problem of roads. They are not just tarmac roads. They are not even graded roads. They are just rough earth roads. What we lose in terms of post-harvest losses, Honorable Speaker, is colossal. Because you can't get your goods to the market because of bad roads. But these roads, Honorable Speaker, mostly are in the hands of the counties. Counties that receive billions of money, not only the county allocation, but even more special allocations that we vote in this floor, Honorable Speaker. But governors and county governments, Honorable Speaker, do not consider the importance of ensuring that those roads are more important than the seats and the carpets and the vehicles that they drive around. If they were to open the roads in the rural areas and tarmac them, Honorable Speaker, and ensure that farmers have good access of their products to the market, Honorable Speaker, they will raise more revenue and even use that revenue to even buy golden seeds if they want, Honorable Speaker. But what they do is they want to buy the seeds, Honorable Speaker, before they open taps for revenue to come in. One of the best ways to open taps for revenue to come in into the counties, Honorable Speaker, is to ensure you have access of farm products to the markets, Honorable Speaker. So I want to request counties that are there to have a target.
I hate to interrupt you, but last time I checked, you were in some county as a very senior official.
Yes.
I hope you didn't buy a seat.
No, Honorable Speaker. When I served as in the county, Honorable Speaker, I ensured that money went into roads, hospitals, and proper infrastructure for the people. When I actually sat on a very simple seat that I bought around 2,000 shillings, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, I'm very diligent when using public resources. But I want to say this, Honorable Speaker. If there is one thing that we need in this country, to equalize, and I want to use this word, to equalize this country, Honorable Speaker, we need good road networks. I want also to state, Honorable Speaker, that there are some regions in this country that have roads that they don't even use. They have roads they don't even use. I was in certain county, Honorable Speaker, and when I passed there, I saw people who were actually airing maize on roads. Tarmac roads, good tarmac roads, which have not been used because resources were skewed towards certain regions, Honorable Speaker. But I'm not lamenting. I'm not lamenting, Honorable Speaker. What I'm saying is that we need to do the same in other areas. To ensure that those areas have roads. Honorable Speaker, I come from a county. One of those counties that for many years, the records of this country will bear me witness, that the development index and poverty index showed that that county had one of the highest, because it was underserved. Many Kenyans knew a constituency or a sub-county called Ganze. They knew it, not because of great things, but it was in Kenyan papers and Kenya because of poverty levels. If you ask Farah, do you know Ganze? He say yes, that very poor part of Kenya. Why? Because nobody thought of constructing a road there. Today we're still seeing that Safari ya Bamba ni Machero, 60 years after. Because nobody invested in the road networks. The people of Ganze, the people of Kilifi, the people of Magarini, the people of Kaloleni, the people of Suba, if they had a good road network, if they had good road networks, the GDP, they would have contributed to the GDP of this country, and this country will be in another level. But because we forgot them, concentrated on certain areas under the sessional paper, 10, Honorable Speaker. We are where we are as a country. Malaysia passed us, Singapore passed us, you know, we still, yes, we are boasting that we are the 6th largest economy in Africa, but we would have been second or first if we had developed this country equally by ensuring that there are roads everywhere in this country without just putting roads in one area, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the GDP of this country will rise and go very high if we actually put roads in every part of this country, Honorable Speaker. It will be access to markets. It will ensure that there are children, Honorable Speaker, who cannot get a good education because there is no road to go to a good school. We spend so much money paying for fare, a short distance, you pay 1,000 shillings, and yet you would have paid only 200 if there was a good road, Honorable Speaker. So you see how we actually kill. There's a book called Killing the Sun of Africa, Honorable Speaker. That's what we have done in this country to skew development to certain regions. But I want to be happy about what Sam Atande and his team did, the budget committee, to ensure that resources in this budget that we were passing here yesterday, the Committee of Supply, we are now putting money in every part of this country to ensure there's equitable development. Had we done this 20 years ago, Honorable Speaker, the GDP of this country would be very high. We would not be speaking about poverty. We would not be speaking about people being poor. Agriculture would develop faster. Health facilities will develop faster. Education will be at a higher level if we ensure that every part of this country had good road networks, Honorable Speaker. So the motion that the Honorable Faith Gitau is bringing to this House is a very important motion. Actually, it is an economic empowerment motion. We would not be looking for handouts. The people of Kilifi, the fishermen folk in Kilifi, would not be looking for handouts because they would get their catch, take it to the market on good time, avoid post-harvest losses, Honorable Speaker, and it will be another level, Honorable Speaker. So future government and future budgets, and those that have been given an opportunity to sit in committees like budget, please ensure you distribute resources in this country equitable, including the people in Dabaso. They want a good road. They want to see resources go to those sections. That's why I recommend the broad-based government, Honorable Speaker. We have a situation in this country now where resources can be taken to every part of this country. I thank you and I support and congratulations for the good mind, for the good thoughts, and for the good ideas for this country, Honorable Faith Gitau, and standing up for Kenya and standing up for the marginal.